right. Saving what we love.
Good morning, this is Baraka from Garbage Tier, and I wanted to take up a little bit of your time today to discuss my book of the year. This is very important because it's mine. You may hear a bunch of top tens, you may hear a bunch of obvious bullshit because you'll have top 10 lists of all the obvious choices. It'll be Tom King's Mr. Miracle, or it'll be Tom King's Heroes in Crisis, or it'll be something else that'll be mainstream, and you'll have that book in your collection and you'll say, hey, that book was trash. Like, seriously. Or you'll say something like, that book was okay, wasn't all that. So I feel it's very important to get a different perspective on things like this. Now, my top book of the year is an IDW book, and it's featuring characters that you know or you've seen for years, and it just wouldn't come off the top of your mind. With all that being said, my top comic of 2018 is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Macro series, starring Michelangelo. This one hit me in a place, and the reason why it hit me in a place was because it's not all that complicated. It's not all that complicated of a story. And if you're a fan of the series, of the IDW series, it's a huge character development for Michelangelo. If you're just a Ninja Turtle fan from back in the day, 80s, 90s, or whatever, it's a huge moment that even if you're a casual fan, will have you drop your jaw and say, whoa, okay, and take notice. So in this, some backstory for the series. Master Splinter is the leader of the Foot Clan. I'll give you some time to take that in because it's weird. Master Splinter is the leader of the Foot Clan. He's been running it ever since Shredder was taken down about a year ago, maybe a year or two ago now. And all of the turtles have had to deal in their own way with their master being associated with what organization that they used to fight. Leonardo has taken the position of he doesn't want to disappoint his master or go to war with the Foot Clan with his father. Raphael's more like, hey, it is what it is. It's better off that Splinter's running the Foot Clan than some other group. Donatello's more so, he's just in line. He has his own problems he's dealing with, and I may go over that book in a different video. The pushback for Splinter being leader of the Foot Clan has been coming from Michelangelo, and he's very outspoken about it. In this comic, it comes to a head, and Michelangelo and Master Splinter scrap, like square up hard, and it's like the greatest thing ever. So the Foot Clan has been taking care of these orphans that the Ninja Turtles picked up, and Michelangelo's been pushing back saying, hey, I don't want these kids to be trained by the Foot Clan. And Master Splinter makes it clear that's what he wants to do. So Mikey takes the kids and decides to run off with them. Splinter and the Turtles catch up to him, and Splinter's like, hey, bring the kids back. You're totally embarrassing the clan. And Michelangelo turns around and says, you know what, screw you. You can't be my father and you can't be leader of the Foot Clan at the same time. So Splinter says, okay, well, if this is what you want to do, you got to take your punishment for it. And they start fighting. And the fight goes about as well as what you expect, but Mikey does get some licks in. And this is where I go back to saying it's slight character progression here. Mikey gets some blows in. Mikey gets his ass whooped. The Turtles sit back and they're looking at their mouth is hanging open, and they have the same reaction I'm having because I'm reading the book and my mouth's open like, what the hell am I reading here? This is awesome. But Leonardo makes an observation that says, you know what, this is Mikey's plan, and I think we should go along with it and hang back. So Mike takes a huge L here. Like he's an underrated fighter. If you're from the outside looking in, you'll say, well, Mikey's probably the weakest turtle out the group, or Donatello, but Mikey can kick ass. He is a ninja, and he's well trained. And with this, he takes the loss, and he tells, and Splinter's like, yield, stop fighting me, you're gonna lose. And Mikey challenges him and says, hey, you taught me to stand up for my ideals, and the only way you're gonna stop me from taking this position that I've taken and stop me from taking these kids is to kill me. And this causes Splinter to really evaluate, hey, I don't want to kill my kid. So what he does is he calls Leonardo out and says, hey, let's what are we gonna do here? And Leonardo looks at him and says, I don't remember. Let's go over this. Let's go over it again. So what Splinter does to accommodate Mikey, he says, hey, I'll train these kids, and I'll keep them safe and fed and clothed. But when they get to the point where they're able to take care of themselves, they can make the decision to either join the Foot Clan or leave and be on their own. And at first glance, you would think, well, that's not really much of a win, but that was a huge change that Mikey was able to get out of his dad that the other turtles weren't able to accommodate, because he makes the decision and it's just done. They don't challenge their father. Mikey made Splinter make that change. And it was a great moment for me, and it was a great moment for the other turtles, because like earlier, the opening of the book, Splinter just lays down and says, hey, this is what it is. And he didn't even challenge his father. And they're all of them are sitting there, and they give Mikey praise at the end, saying, wow, this is amazing. And as a fan, you seen a hero stand up for his convictions and have the strength of his convictions, even to the point of death, is something that you don't see in comics anymore, because you have so much messaging about not taking positions or being shades of gray, and Michelangelo is not a shades of gray character. This is something that may come back to haunt him one day, because he takes these positions where he doesn't deal with nuance as well as the other turtles. Or it could be a situation where down the line Mikey might end up being a grandmaster, because he sees he's wired different from the other turtles. And it's just a great book. I recommend the series, the IDW Ninja Turtle series, for anyone. It's about 88 issues now, and Tom Walsh is an amazing writer. He's an amazing creator, and it's got some key moments. Shredder's dead right now. He'll probably be coming back soon. Krang is dead right now. Baxter Stockman is like the most evil villain that the Turtles have ever faced. But he's not really a villain right now. And then you have another character named Agent Bishop that's just, oh my god. Oh my god. So he's pretty terrible too. Just wanted to find the writer information for this one. This was written by Ian Flynn, and it has art by Michael. I don't want to butcher his last name, but it's Michael Dialynas. It's an amazing comic, and pick it up. So once again, my top book for 2018 is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Macro series. It's a one-issue, one-shot, and it cost a little bit more. It was like $7.99 when it came out, but you can go on Comixology right now and get it for $3.99. If you want to know more about the IDW series, a good starting point would be issue number 44, where Donatello is injured. He gets heavily injured, and it was all over it was actually in national news, where he was almost like Donatello was killed in a fight with Bebop and Rocksteady. So that's issue number 44. It's burned into my brain. But any book, after that is pretty good. And if you want to start back from the beginning, it has an excellent start. Tom Waltz has been the regular series writer since issue 1, and you won't be disappointed. You can jump in at any point, and if you're any level of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans, from beginning, from the 80s, or you picked it up in the 2000s, or you picked it up in the 90s, you won't be disappointed. These are great stories. This is Baraka from Garbage Tier. You can catch me at Garbage Tier Media and Reviews, or you can catch me at GT Media Reviews, or you can catch me at Jamal is Trash on all social media networks. You all have a great day. I appreciate you taking the time to stop by and listen to me ramble and wax poetic about a comic book as a 35-year-old man. Still talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but hey, this is a judgment-free zone. I don't judge you for what you do when you're alone in your room, and have a good one. I'm not gonna hold you up anymore.